This has never happened. Over 100 billion people has ever existed, and this is the first time this is happening. Now, human beings has broken our own record that happened 50 years ago. Now, the Artemis II mission has taken astronauts far beyond the previous one, and that was the Apollo 13. Now, the history they made is that they have gone about 406,177 kilometers away from the Earth. This has never happened before. Even with Apollo's program, the Apollo 13 went farther to the other deeper side or the far side of the moon, and that was around 400,000 kilometers. Now, I'm very excited and happy that we are able to break this record. That is over 50 years ago that this happened, and then we're able to do that in 2026. It simply means that we are making progress to human exploration that is in space. That is very fantastic news, and congratulations to the Artemis II. Now, this brings us to an important question that a lot of people are asking. Did Apollo's 11 actually landed on the moon in 1969, or it was fake? Let's explain. No confusion, no sign, just simple explanation. Yes, I'm one of the people who believe that there was the moon landing by Neil Armstrong and they actually worked on it. That was many years ago within the Apollo's program. And even after Apollo 13, the rest from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to 16 to 17 all did. Now, these are the reasons. The people who said it never happened has never come out with a proof to show that it never happened. Maybe just some certain question that can easily be answered. Now, one of the major evidence is this. They actually returned with lunar soil and lunar rocks. And when they came back, scientists did wide studies on this kind of things over the years. They didn't just need to fake photos and fake videos or fake other things. They needed to also fake bringing lunar items like the soil and then the rock, which has been tested and studied by many labs around the world till today. That's the first thing, because they couldn't, if they had to fake it, it means that they have to fake the pictures, they have to fake the videos, they have to also fake bringing things back from the moon, and that is the lunar soil and that of the rocks that they brought back. But it has been studied widely by scientists and then in many labs to confirm that this is actually true. Now, one of the powerful evidences is that when they were leaving the moon, they actually left some instrument there, which scientists was using till 1977. Some of them were not active again, but the retroreflectors are still active till today. Now, scientists are able to use powerful telescope to send a brief laser pulse towards the moon. With this, they are able to reflect. The retroreflectors are able to reflect light back from where it came from. So they are able to get light, tiny light back to the Earth to prove that it is there, because they can trace where these things were placed in the moon. And that is evident enough to show that these people were actually there. If they were not there, who kept the retroreflectors there, which is still active till now? You can find out that by yourself. Now, one of the strongest evidence is the fact that it was not only tracked by NASA. Someone like Jodrell Bank from the UK also tracked this, because every spacecraft has antennas and transmissions. So as they go to space, somebody else who is skilled in that can track and know where they are and also track their conversations. Now, one of the evidences and published by Jodrell Banks is that he heard them speaking. How did he do that? People are able to hear what is happening in space, like their voice, because there is no air in space to transfer sound. So how do they do it? Now, Jodrell Bank had evidence of them speaking in the moon. Not only NASA, that was an independent entity that was able to capture them speaking on the moon. And this is how it happened. Every spacecraft communicates by radio waves. So as they are in space, we are able to hear what happens and hear their voices in space by those. So as they speak, their voice are turned into electrical signals. And those signals are placed on the radio carriers. And those carriers travel through space to the radio disc that is planted on Earth. And then the engineer is able to decode that sound and then understand what was said in space. And that is what happens. Now, the most interesting part is that you can track where the voice came from or where the signals came from. And you can also calculate the distance where those signals came from. So let's say it was faked or it was staged. It would have been spotted, because where the signals came from wasn't from the US. It wasn't from anywhere on this earth. It came straight from the moon. And that was not done by NASA. It was actually done by Jedral Bank, who was living in the UK.